Welcome to our deep dive into one of the most mysterious frontiers of human consciousness. Today, we're unraveling the secrets behind powerful breathing techniques that are rumored to trigger the release of DMT, often called the spirit molecule, inside your own brain. Whether you're a skeptic, a science fan, or a seeker of altered states, this countdown will take you through the most fascinating protocols, the wildest theories, and the real science behind these viral breathwork trends. Are you ready to discover what just a few breaths can unlock? Let's get into it. Imagine if you could tap into a hidden psychedelic experience, all without touching a single substance. That's the bold claim behind DMT breathwork, a viral trend that whispers of unlocking consciousness at will. But is this possible within the four walls of your living room, or just modern myth? In today's video, we start by unpacking the legend. Breathwork as a path to the spirit molecule. This notion is rocketing through wellness circles and TikTok, fueled by anecdotal tales of vivid visions and mystical states. From Silicon Valley hackers to ancient yogis, the promise of reaching altered dimensions is both tantalizing and divisive. So why do thousands report life-changing moments after breathwork sessions, and what really happens inside the brain during these protocols? Get ready, because what we uncover today might change how you think about your own biology. Let's start with the basics. What is DMT, and why does it fascinate scientists and seekers alike? DMT, short for dimethyltryptamine, is a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in plants, animals, and yes, your own brain. It's often called the spirit molecule because of its reputation for inducing intense mystical experiences and near-death sensations. Endogenously, the pineal gland is the rumored site for its production, which some believe is responsible for dreams and transcendent visions. But here's the catch. While DMT's role in the human brain is still shrouded in mystery, the idea of releasing it through breath work is tantalizing, but remains a hypothesis. So where did this idea begin, and why have breath techniques become its most popular doorway? Meet the first technique capturing global attention: holotropic breathwork. Developed by psychiatrist Stanislav Grof, this method uses accelerated, conscious breathing to radically alter your blood's oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. The idea? This controlled stress shocks the body into unusual states, possibly flicking a neurological switch that could, theoretically, prompt DMT-like responses. Participants often describe vivid emotional releases, spiritual encounters, and a dissolving sense of self. It's intense, so much so that experts recommend only attempting it with trained facilitators. But skeptics warn, are these psychedelic sensations from altered chemistry or the wild power of human imagination? Either way, the stories are compelling and the emotional breakthroughs undeniable. But breathwork's magic isn't a modern invention. Ancient yogic practices and tribal ceremonies have used rhythmic breathing for millennia, sometimes to induce trances, sometimes for healing, and sometimes to touch what they'd call the divine. Take connected breathwork. Here, you breathe in a seamless, circular flow with no pause at all. Advocates say this unlocks dormant brainwave patterns, sparks wild surges of cerebrospinal fluid, and possibly circulates more DMT to the parts of your brain responsible for visionary experiences. Whether you believe the science or the spirit, one fact stands out. These practices can unlock real changes in emotion and perception, and the pursuit of altered states is as old as humanity itself. Let's get objective. What does modern neuroscience actually say about breathwork and DMT? In recent years, researchers have detected fleeting traces of DMT in the pineal glands of rodents and tiny amounts in human cerebrospinal fluid. Yet, there's no conclusive proof that deep breathing alone can trigger a DMT flood. What science does back up are the measurable changes, dramatic shifts in brainwave patterns, increased emotional connectivity, and sometimes even improvements in mental health. So, are the visions real, or is our brain simply brilliant at creating immersive narratives? For now, most scientists sit somewhere in the middle, but exploration continues. Let's break down how these breathwork techniques actually affect your body. First, rapid or deep breathing alters the ratio of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your blood, a shift that not only changes blood pH, but can also result in tingling, dizziness, or even euphoria. Next, your pineal gland, a tiny seed of mystery in your brain, responds to this shift, with some theories suggesting it's activated by the controlled distress of breath work. Meanwhile, cerebrospinal fluid, think of it as the brain's secret river, may be encouraged to flow more freely, distributing whatever neurochemicals are present, perhaps even amplifying their effects. It's a symphony of physical change, and each note could play a role in the spiritual and emotional explosions people report. Now, let's walk through the 12-minute euphoric breathwork protocol, the internet's most shareable viral routine. Here's how it works. For 11 cycles, you take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. The 12th inhale is deepened through the mouth and held for exactly 8 seconds, all while you squeeze muscles, clench fists, and roll your eyes skyward towards the so-called third eye. The exhale is slow, lips pursed, releasing all that tension. Advocates say this cocktail of muscle engagement and breath holding sends them to the edges of consciousness, while critics question if it's psychological suggestion at play. Still, millions across YouTube and TikTok are giving it a try. But what are they actually experiencing? But the experience of breath work is more than just physical. Many report entering a dreamlike state, seeing vivid colors, fractals, or even entire alternate realities. Participants describe emotional catharsis, unresolved feelings surfacing, tears flowing, followed by a deep sense of peace. Neurologically, this mirrors the oscillating patterns seen in advanced meditation or psychedelic states, where the brain's default mode network quiets and new connections spark to life. Is this a sign of endogenous DMT, or is your brain's creative engine simply unleashed? The answer might be both, or neither, but the subjective impact is often deeply meaningful. One fascinating mechanism scientists do agree on is the role of brainwaves. Breathwork, especially at euphoric or trance levels, stimulates gamma brain activity, waves linked with heightened awareness, bliss, and deep integration. Gamma waves often peak during states of spiritual insight or profound learning, experiences often reported during psychedelic journeys. This suggests breathwork is more than a placebo. It tangibly nudges brain function into new territory. While gamma surges don't prove DMT is released, they do validate the transformative nature of conscious, intentional breathing. With all these highs, it's important to hit pause and talk safety. Breathwork, especially when intense, is not risk-free. Dizziness, fainting, panic, or emotional overwhelm can occur, particularly for those with heart or respiratory conditions. If you're new, start slow and consider practicing with a qualified guide, especially before diving into marathon sessions. Like any mind-altering pursuit, self-awareness and moderation are key. As incredible as these protocols can be, your body's limits must come first. But why does the allure persist? Many find in these altered states a way to process trauma, unlock inspiration, or simply experience a sense of unity that's rare in everyday life. For people who struggle with anxiety, depression, or spiritual longing, the chance to reset the mind with nothing but breath holds immense appeal. And even if the science on DMT isn't settled, the anecdotal evidence, the transformative stories, is more than enough for many to keep coming back. There's something primal and profound about finding new worlds within, using nothing but the air you breathe. So, can a few breath cycles really unlock the secrets of your mind? The answer is complicated, but exhilarating. While breathwork's effects on DMT remain theoretical, its proven impact on mood, brainwaves, and personal breakthrough cannot be denied. Whether science catches up or not, the push to explore altered states is already rewriting what we know about mental health, creativity, and spiritual growth. It's a frontier that each of us can safely and ethically explore, provided we stay curious and cautious. One last note. While the internet's breathwork videos can be enticing, the deepest benefits often come not from chasing an out-of-body high, but from consistent, mindful practice. Integrating breath awareness into daily routines, just a few mindful minutes per day, can create profound shifts over time. The secret may not be a single mystical breakthrough, but the slow, steady rewiring of the brain and spirit. Consider this. What if the real miracle is learning to listen to each breath? Ready to take your exploration further? In our next videos, we'll break down step-by-step breathwork sessions you can follow at home, interview experts in consciousness research, and separate fact from fiction in the quest for natural highs. Subscribe, stay curious, and keep breathing. The adventure is just getting started. And there you have it, an exploration of the science and mystery behind DMT breathwork, revealing both the profound potential and the honest limitations of these practices. Did something in this journey surprise you? Have you tried any breathwork techniques yourself? Or are you curious to start? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more evidence-based explorations of the mind. Thanks for breathing with us. See you next time.